wanted to ask you pretty much a question about the rushing attack and how you would evaluate it going into Game 6. Matt, Miles, and Jordan, the backs are collectively averaging 2.8 yards per carry. Obviously, that can't satisfy you, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I mean, it's like everything else. I mean, we got to improve running game, play action, red zone, 2-minute. We're working on it on a daily basis. Those guys are working hard along with the offensive line and obviously the fullbacks and tight ends, of getting the blocking the way we need it, and running it better. So, but these guys are working hard. I think we've ran it effectively in some instances, but we can be better overall. But that's the case in really a lot of areas, offensively, defensively, in the kicking game. And these guys are working to get better and improve. And thankfully, we get another opportunity to try to go out there and improve it on Sunday.
Josh.
Hi, Flo. Good morning. When we were in Santa Clara, I don't recall hearing anything in the press box about Kyle Van Noy. Could you maybe explain what happened? Was it something that flared up after? And if he does have an absence, how that affects your defense moving forward?
Well, yeah, Kyle's got a little bit of a groin. I think it's something that happened. I would say after. These guys, they fight through some things throughout the game, which he obviously did. But he's doing everything he can to get back out, on the field to practice from a rehab standpoint, from a treatment standpoint. He's a tough guy. Obviously, a focal part and a big part to the defense and this team. I shouldn't say just the defense from a leadership standpoint. So he's doing everything he can to get back. And hopefully we see him today. Look, obviously, when somebody has is nicked up, you go through the contingency plans, but we do that every week. So we've got a plan if we had to limit his snaps, but that's the case for every position. So I think that happens across the league. Got to have a backup plan for everything, especially in this climate. So, but Kyle's a tough guy. We'll see. Hopefully he's out there today.
Cam.
Hey, good morning, Flo. I guess somebody asked you about Le'Veon Bell yesterday and I guess defending him with the Jets. Obviously now he's a free agent. I wanted to ask if you guys are going to be trying to go after him, maybe to add to your team.
First, Cam, let me say I forgot to say this to you a few weeks ago. Congrats on the baby.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Congrats to you. You've been looking a little sluggish, so I assume, I'm trying to, I understand now why.
Yeah,
so,
I just got done a feeding and a changing, so I'm not getting much sleep. So
there you go. Good.
Appreciate you.
I appreciate your sluggishness. It's no problem. No problem on my end. The questions are still very good. All right, but as far as Le'Veon, that's really more of a question for Chris. Look, my focus right now is just on the Jets and the players they have on their team. Now, I've said this before. He's a very good player. As a personnel staff, as an organization, we look at anyone who is available that could help our team. But obviously, all conversations stay internal, and quite honestly, my focus has been on preparation for this week. It's really more of a question for Chris and the personnel staff, but yeah, he's a good player. But our focus is on this week, on the Jets, and our preparation for the players on the Jets this week.
Hal.
Hi, Brian. I have no excuse for looking sluggish this morning. I'm sorry. Regarding kickers, you were with an organization that was very blessed to have Vinatieri and Gostkowski, very dependable. Now you come here, you have Jason Sanders. I wonder if it might be easy for people to overlook the importance of kickers and until you don't have one, maybe. So I'm wondering, how much better do you sleep at night knowing you have a guy who can depend on?
Look, I think, I started in the kicking game, and that's where I got my break in coaching. So, I know and understand how important those guys at those positions are, whether it's kicker, punter, long snapper, returners, ball security, or things of that nature. To have a guy who's dependable, a guy who he's going to do everything he can possible to make sure that he puts himself in the best position to, make a great kick, make the kick that we need, make the punt that we need, give us the snap that we need. And really, you want that at all positions. But, no one really thinks about those specialists until, we're down to the wire. We need the kick. So, Jason's done a great job. Again, I think it's important that he continues. It's important to him that he continues to improve and get better and continue with his consistency. That's been, good thus far. And we need to just, keep going in this direction. So yes, I'm very pleased with where he is and the job he's done really on obviously field goals, but also kickoffs. He's done a good job from that standpoint. And just his every day, his attitude and his work ethic on a day-to-day basis. He's really done a good job really since I've been here.
Adam?
I couldn't let you go without another COVID question. The Falcons had four positives today, it sounded like. Do you think we're getting to the point now where the league would be best served just to put in a second bye to give themselves more flexibility going forward? And are you expecting to have to play 18 weeks this year because of what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, literally, I just heard about that right before I got on here about the Falcons. I mean, it's unfortunate. I think a lot of teams are trying to do everything they can, to limit the spread of this virus. Unfortunately, it's hit a couple teams. Look, we're just going to do. We're going to control what we can control, and we're going to just kind of follow the lead of the league. And look, if they add a bye, I can have an opinion on it, but at the end of the day, I'm really just going to focus my energy on our team. And if they make a schedule change like we've already dealt with, then we'll just, do what needs to be done so that we can try to, play games and play a season. So whatever that means, that's an 18th week. If that's another bye, if that's more changes to the schedule, then that's what we do. But I think at the end of the day, every one of us that are part of this league, we just need to continue to try to be responsible, make good decisions, wear the mask, social distance, wear the tracers, so we can, at least put ourselves in position to play games and play this year.
Joe?
Good morning, Flo. On Rayquan Davis, how much he is capable of do you believe you've seen so far?
You kind of cut out a little bit right before capable.
How much have you seen relative to what he's capable of?
Yeah, Rayquan, he's very. I think he's got a lot of talent. He's big, he's strong, he's athletic, but he's young. He's a young player still learning how to play in this league against a lot of good players, and he's still trying to find his way and find his niche, his role within the scheme. And I think as a staff, we're trying to put him in good positions, in the best positions to do what he does well. So he's big, he's athletic, and he's tough and he cares. So I think with the injury to Gachao, he should get a few more opportunities along with some other guys, and hopefully takes advantage of those opportunities. But yeah, there's talent here. We just gotta get them to play with more consistency, which is the case for all young players.
Sofit?
Hey, Coach. Good morning. I want to ask when the other teams in the league are going through their COVID situations, are you guys kind of just reaching out, seeing what's going wrong? What are some things that maybe you guys could do to continue to be on the right track of this, as you guys have been so far?
I mean, we're always trying to find different ways to get better. I think Kyle and our medical staff, Kyle Johnston, he's our head trainer, our medical staff, they're constantly trying to, what can we do better? From a meeting standpoint, from a walkthrough standpoint, from a practice standpoint. So, yes, we're trying to find ways to, mitigate the risks really on a daily basis. So I think those guys have done a good job of that, and they're getting the compliance from the players, coaches, everybody's involved here. So yeah, I mean, it's important to all of us that we keep, first and foremost, it's not about the games, it's about keeping everyone here safe and healthy. I think that's where we always start. That's where my meetings always start. This isn't about playing, 18 football or whatever, finishing the season. That's important, but what's more important is the health and safety of everyone in this building. And then, that also applies to all their families also, as we know how this virus spreads. So keeping everyone safe, keeps your family safe. And then, another byproduct of that is we get to play. So yeah, we're always trying to look for different ways to help or to get better. But we also know that, we're not exempt, and, we can do everything right, and we could pop a positive test, and, we just got to try to isolate whoever that is or whenever that shows up. And we want to be able to trace it. And we want to be able to say, we were all wearing masks, and, hopefully continue to go about our daily routine and daily business.
All right, final question. We'll go to Cameron.
Hey, Flo, if I could take a little bit of a detour, I don't know how big of a boxing fan you are, but there's a match going on Saturday. And one of the fighters is Teofimo Lopez. He's from Brooklyn. He's Honduran. So I was curious if you had any knowledge of him, or if he was in your rooting interest.
Yeah, a Brooklyn guy from Honduras. Yeah, I know exactly who he is. Good fighter. Look, I'm not really big into boxing, but aside from Mike Tyson being right from the neighborhood I grew up in, I was always a big fan of his. But yeah, I know a little bit, but a Brooklyn guy from Honduras. Yeah, I'm rooting for him, no matter what's going on.